I refuse to allow an organization which Texarkana, Arkansas has absolutely no influence or control to manage the water system which determines our water rates without a fight. I refuse to allow Texarkana, Arkansas to become just a water customer of Texarkana, Texas without a fight. Texarkana, Arkansas and Texarkana, Texas agreed to attempt mediation as an alternative to pursuing a judicial order of compelling arbitration. From January through June 2011, Texarkana, Arkansas fully participated in this process. Texarkana, Texas insisted the executive director of TWU must be replaced, and there was a limited area for negotiations from their perspective. Texarkana, Arkansas was willing to consider an agreement in which the executive director would be replaced. This consisted of the executive director remaining an employee until a replacement could be selected. Once the new executive director was selected, Texarkana, Texas would continue to pay the current executive director's salary until July 2013, at which time he would retire. The new executive director would have the option to utilize the current executive director as a consultant if he or she wanted to. One stipulation that Texarkana, Arkansas placed on this agreement and Texarkana, Texas agreed to was that Texarkana, Texas and the executive director would negotiate a settlement agreement concerning the remainder of his tenure through July 2013 and the duties he would have after a new executive director was selected. During conversations with Mayor Mayo and the executive director, I was informed a proposal had been sent to Texarkana, Texas. Mayor Mayo informed me Texarkana, Texas had received the proposal and they had no intention of answering or providing any response to that proposal. The executive director of TWU confirmed he had forwarded a settlement proposal to Texarkana, Texas, but had not received a counter proposal or response, verbal or written. That is not an example of participating in mediation. Texarkana, Texas has consistently been against building a replacement water treatment plant at the New Boston Road site. Texarkana, Arkansas has not mandated a new water treatment plant be built at a specific location. Our insistence has been we do not want to build a water treatment plant in a location that will result in citizens of Texarkana, Arkansas paying higher water rates when a less costly plant can be built. Texarkana, Texas has refused to act upon an engineering study which was paid for by Texarkana, Arkansas and Texarkana, Texas that specifically identifies the New Boston Road site as the most economical location. I cannot understand why or how any elected officials would advocate spending almost twice the amount necessary to build a water treatment plant when a less expensive alternative is available. The citizens will pay the additional cost through their water bill. I'm not willing to place that additional burden on Texarkana, Arkansas residents. There are other less expensive alternatives to provide adequate water to Texas-America's area than placing an excessive rate increase on residential customers. Commercial customers wanting water should not be provided water at a lower cost at the expense of citizens. Texarkana, Arkansas is not against Texas-America's being developed. We are against our citizens being asked to pay higher water fees for that development without a voice from their elected officials. I expect the citizens of Texarkana, Arkansas to hold me accountable if I allow such a foolish plan to be implemented without voicing my objection and standing up for their vital rights. Texarkana, Arkansas will not permit Larry Sullivan's plan to dismantle TWU to proceed without a fight. We have dedicated employees whose livelihoods will be affected. Some may say they can transfer to the new management organization. My response is simple. TWU has functioned effectively for Texarkana, Arkansas and Texarkana, Texas for 60 years, and why do we need a change? The only significant change which can be attributed to this divide between both cities is the arrival of Larry Sullivan and his decision to disregard a signed agreement by removing functions from TWU and putting them under the dictatorial authority to satisfy and feed his ego. Where I come from, they call that micromanagement. His interference of the management and operation of TWU is causing undue stress on our outstanding TWU employees. It is hard for me to comprehend why the elected officials of Texarkana, Texas allow this process to continue when so many dedicated loyal employees are the real ones being harmed. A proposal was presented to change the oversight of the operation of TWU by creating a board that would have authority over its management. The initial proposal was there would be a 5-member board consisting of non-elected officials. 2 members would be selected from Texarkana, Arkansas, and 2 members would be selected from Texarkana, Texas. The 5th member would ideally be an independent person. During the discussion, Texarkana Chamber of Commerce was mentioned as being involved in the selection or be the 5th member. It was mentioned the 5th person could alternate annually between Texas and Arkansas. Texarkana, Arkansas Board of Directors discussed this proposal and had concerns. Specifically, we are of the opinion the Board of Directors should decide if its members were elected or non-elected officials. The Board of Directors is accountable to its electors and to relinquish the oversight responsibility of a department which has the potential of raising water rates and sewer rates must have elected officials representing its vital interests. The selection process of the 5th member raised significant questions and concerns among the Board of Directors. The center of contention was not addressed in the proposal, returning TWU to its original status prior to Mr. Sullivan's interference and removal of duties and responsibilities from the Executive Director. A counter proposal was presented to Texarkana, Texas by Texarkana, Arkansas. The proposal was the management and the operation methods of TWU be returned to those procedures used prior to January 1st, 2007. The second section of the proposal was a 6-person advisory board is established to provide oversight of TWU and establish a detailed draft operating agreement pertaining to TWU which could be mutually approved by both Texarkana, Arkansas and Texarkana, Texas. Texarkana, Arkansas and Texarkana, Texas would each have 3 representatives which could be elected officials or non-elected persons. The governmental entity would decide this aspect of the proposal. There would be a binding arbitration clause when the advisory board could not agree on any issue. We never heard a response or a counter proposal from Texarkana, Texas. An impasse was declared a few days later. Texarkana, Arkansas continues to be willing to solve this dispute without judicial or arbitration intervention. We are adamant TWU must continue to be operated and managed equally between Texarkana, Arkansas and Texarkana, Texas. Neither side has the authority to arbitrarily change management and operational methods without consultation and concurrence from the other side. We do not advocate judicial intervention, but we will insist on it if the mutually approved agreements that have been in effect for 60 years are disregarded. We are confident the federal lawsuit will result in Texarkana, Texas being compelled to participate in binding arbitration. We are also confident arbitration results will be favorable to Texarkana, Arkansas. Texarkana, Arkansas is fully committed to pursuing this issue to final disposition. Texarkana, Arkansas's vital interests are a driving factor, not power-hungry egos. I am of the opinion members of the Texarkana, Texas City Council are honorable persons. I am sure some believe the path chosen for them by Mr. Sullivan is the avenue to travel. That is where we disagree. During this dispute, some may perceive I have attacked them personally. My comments have never been intended to be a personal attack on any Texarkana, Texas City Council member. If any comment is proven to be incorrect, I will not hesitate to correct that misstatement. I will not apologize for speaking the truth. I did not initiate this dispute, nor do I consider this dispute to be personal. I am standing up for what is best for Texarkana, Arkansas. I will continue down the path I have chosen to combat what I perceive as a detriment to Texarkana, Arkansas and its citizens. I will not sit idly by and allow Mr. Sullivan or his puppets to destroy a great community. Texarkana is a twin city which shares governmental components to benefit both sides. I have been consistently approached, called, emailed, and received comments on Facebook about the direction I am leading Texarkana, Arkansas. All of these communications have been supportive and contain expressions of appreciation for standing up to the Sullivan regime and fighting for Texarkana, Arkansas. Some of those comments come from Texarkana, Texas residents. Our stance protects Texarkana, Arkansas citizens, but it also benefits citizens throughout this region. We want to do what is right for the citizens, not what advances a person's political agenda or self-fulfilling ego. I will continue to be a voice who objects to actions that harm our community and our region. I will continue to provide the media all facts, information, and documents that relate to the governmental operations. I will continue to use Facebook, internet, radio, television, and newspapers to ensure citizens within the region are cognizant of what their government is doing and how it will affect their lives. This dispute between our two city governments is not about water. It's about whether our citizens are going to allow Larry Sullivan to dismantle a working relationship that has been successful for 60+ years. I'm not willing to allow this to happen. I'm asking the Texarkana, Texas elected officials to sit down with the Texarkana, Arkansas elected officials, and let's speak candidly about which direction we want Texarkana, USA to go. There is a thorn in our side. Let's remove it and let's begin the healing process. It's not going to be easy, but it can be done if we're willing to do what our constituents elected us to do. Let's take care of city business and not allow a non-elected person to rule us. We need to be sure that the tail is not wagging the dog. I'm ready if you are. Thank you.